Because financial institutions play such an important part in the management of our monetary affairs in the modern world, it is essential to have a solid understanding of the rules and procedures that they follow. An example of such an institution is Tandem, which has attracted a lot of attention due to the creative approach it takes to banking and finance. The question of whether or not Tandem performs credit checks is one that is frequently asked by individuals who are considering using the company's services. The purpose of this video is to go deeper into the subject, the goal being to provide clarification on Tandem's credit check policy and the ramifications that it has for potential consumers. Prior to digging into the particulars of Tandem's credit check policy, it is important to first gain an understanding of what Tandem is and what differentiates it from conventional banking institutions. Tandem is a digital bank that operates out of the United Kingdom and is well known for placing an emphasis on the consumer and providing financial products that are simple to use. Tandem, which was established in 2013, has the objective of bringing about a transformation in the banking experience by utilizing technology to deliver individualized financial solutions. The importance of credit checks. The evaluation of an individual's creditworthiness is typically accomplished by financial organizations through the use of a regular technique known as credit checks. These checks involve analyzing the credit history of an individual, which includes the individual's previous borrowing habits, repayment patterns, and general credit management. The fundamental objective of conducting a credit check is to ascertain the degree of risk that is involved with providing financial assistance to a certain individual of interest. Tandem's approach to credit checks. Now, let's talk about the most important question. Does Tandem perform screenings of credit references? A caveat is included in the response, which is yes. Tandem does conduct credit checks. However, the scope of these checks and the impact they have may differ based on the particular product or service that is being applied for. Credit checks for Tandem credit cards. When a person applies for a Tandem credit card, the firm will normally check the applicant's credit history as part of the application process. Through the use of this credit check, Tandem is able to evaluate the applicant's creditworthiness and determine whether or not they are qualified to receive the credit card. When a credit check is performed, the results may have an impact on the credit limit that is assigned to the cardholder, as well as other terms and conditions that are included in the card agreement. Credit checks for Tandem loans. In a similar vein, if an individual submits an application for a loan through Tandem, the company will most likely conduct a credit check as part of the process of approving the loan. Tandem is able to analyze the applicant's ability to repay the loan and assess the risk that is involved with applying for the loan with the help of the information collected from the credit check. It is possible that Tandem will provide different loan terms or adjust the loan amount in accordance with the findings of the credit check. Credit checks for Tandem savings and investments. A credit check is not necessarily required for the savings and investment products offered by Tandem, in contrast to the credit cards and loans offered by the company. There is a possibility that the requirement for a credit check will be less significant for these goods because they do not involve lending money to customers. Tandem may, however, continue to verify the identities of persons who create savings or investment accounts as part of its usual procedures for doing due diligence. Impact of credit checks. When it comes to those who are concerned about their credit score or financial history, it is especially important to have a solid understanding of the ramifications that credit checks might have. A record is left on the applicant's credit report whenever a financial institution such as Tandem does a credit check on them. If a person is subjected to multiple credit checks within a short period of time, it has the potential to lower their credit score because it may signal that they provide a higher degree of risk to lenders. Alternatives to traditional credit checks. There are other methods that are gaining favor in the business, despite the fact that Tandem and other financial institutions rely on credit checks to determine whether or not a person is considered creditworthy. Rather than relying on traditional credit ratings, several fintech companies employ alternative data sources and proprietary algorithms in order to determine an individual's creditworthiness. A more comprehensive understanding of an individual's financial behavior may be obtained through the use of these alternative methods, which also make it possible for those with a limited credit history to gain access to financial products. As part of the application process for loans and credit cards, Tandem does, in fact, perform credit checks on the applicants. Tandem uses these tests to determine an individual's creditworthiness and to manage the risk that is associated with that assessment. Despite the fact that credit checks are a common procedure in the banking sector, they may have an effect on an individual's credit score as well as their ability to borrow money. The credit check policy of Tandem and the impact it has on the prospective customers' financial profiles are two things that prospective customers absolutely must be aware of. In addition, investigating different methods of credit evaluation might offer insights into the shifting patterns that are occurring in the banking and financial industries. At the end of the day, individuals who are well informed about credit checks are able to confidently navigate the world of banking and make judgments that are beneficial to their financial situation.